Amonos with Ricky Novella. Amonos. Ricky Novella. Don't be a bun. Don't be a bun. Don't be a bun.
Yo, why is Hunter's wife texting me too, bro? What the? I'm just kidding.
Welcome, guys, to a fucking episode of Amonos with Ricky Novella, dude. We've been on fucking MIA. I did one solo podcast, and I fucking almost killed myself because I just didn't like the way it looked. What's up, Gil? Yeah, you almost killed me too, dude. The fucking GoPro angle was like if I was masturbating, dude. It was just like down here and shit, or I don't even know.
We call that the OnlyFans angle.
The OnlyFans angle. Yeah, you're right, dude. And fucking, it was horrible. Gil, what's up, man? We have Gil on the ones and twos, guys.
What's up, guys? What's up? Dude,
I'm
happy
fucking excited. I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm happy to be here.
We got homies. We got killers. We got brothers. And dude,
we're happy and we're colored, dude.
Dude, I got two very special guests. I think they're awesome. I always thought they're very cool. They do a podcast called Crack Timeout. I didn't know the name. I just know they did a podcast. But these guys are fucking awesome. Give it up for Jake Jones and Hunter Ladner. The boys are back in town, dude.
We are back in town, back in Horchateria area. I love it, dude.
Yeah, dude. How are you guys?
Doing great. How are you doing today, dude?
I'm tired, but I'm here. I couldn't fucking bail on you guys, dude, because I was like, dude, these guys are the fucking wild west of comedy, dude.
I think he brings the West.
The West.
Let's go.
Direct descent of Wyatt Earp, actually, technically.
Dude, hell yeah, man.
That's,
dude, somebody was like, I didn't know you brought Dom Dollar to fucking do the podcast today, dude. Yeah, dude.
That's hilarious. But, I mean, what were you so tired about?
Huh?
What are you so late about?
Oh, dude, I was in San Diego. I was went to a San Diego FC game and then fucking had to drop the homies off. And try not to kill ourselves on the way over there because I was like almost falling asleep. I'm like, I had to pull over, get a Monster, dude, and fucking pop his in real quick just to fucking stay up.
That's the white boy diet right there, dude.
It's
Monster
white boy diet.
I did a caffeine intake the other day. I just sort of started paying attention to what I actually had drank that day.
How deadly was it?
I honestly had like 4 different sources of like 4 different caffeinated drinks in one day. And at the end of the day, I started thinking different about myself. And like I started having really interesting, like, I was stressed out. Dude, my heart, I could feel it. I was like palpitating.
You get those little chest pains. You're like, fuck, dude, I don't know.
2 coffees, a yerba mate, and then I had a little bit of a Celsius fizz-free.
Fizz-free? They make them fizz-free now?
No, dude, they do. It's a fizz-free peach mango tea, like green tea kind of mix. It's delicious.
I can't really drink Celsius. Celsius make me go poop like pretty bad.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like they give me the shit.
They're
dude.
delicious, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Any caffeine's making me headline in the bathroom, bro. Just head right over, dude.
But like, okay, like a Reign or fucking like Monster doesn't make me do that. Fucking, but Celsius makes you fucking. I have to run, dude. I'm fucking gonna shit myself.
Were you drinking energy drinks as a child? Like, when did you start drinking?
Bro,
energy
middle
drinks?
school. Middle school is the first time.
Crazy right there.
Middle
school, yeah, dude. My heart is probably like a Great Dane. Like I only got like a year or 2 left, dude. Instead of fucking just give out.
You're living dog years, right?
I'm living dog years right now, dude. Yeah, dude. It started in middle school where I had a fucking Monster, and they just like every other day we would have a Monster.
All I knew is that when I was growing up, the kids that drank an energy drink before they were like 15. They were doing some coke when they hit senior year. I'll put it that way. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a direct. Better.
Me and my boy JoJo and Jordan back home in Alabama, we used to do this thing where we would go out and we would call it like getting sketchy energy. Like back in the day, you could get little pills like no-dose pills or
what'd you call it?
Sketchy energy, bro.
That sounds like a gay orgy. I'll be for real.
When we were kids, man, we didn't know what. Like we were young. We were probably in like honestly high schoolish, probably 9th grade, 10th grade. We'd go to gas stations and get just like Monsters just to feel something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the only thing you could get. At that time too, I think we would get fucking hookah pens. They weren't even called like vapes. They were hookah pens.
Dude, hookah pens. I remember this, cuz. I remember this.
Fucking hookah pens.
What's a hookah pen? I don't even know what a hookah pen is.
It was even before Juul.
Yeah, okay. It was like this like colorful fucking like cigarette looking like e-cig.
It's what they give prisoners now. If you're in the federal penitentiary watching this,
yeah.
you're probably hitting a
Hunter
hookah pen
just
right
fucking
now.
dropping gems right now, dude.
That's what's up.
I know.
I know.
I mean, I haven't been there, but I can tell you all about it, man.
So I got family in there. Gil has family in there. I had family in there. Jake
I
probably didn't have family.
got some family in there, but they're I don't talk to them though
It's so
because
funny
they're
to communicate
criminals.
with letters. You can make letters are so much more deep than what they're like.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
dude. Yeah, you have some fucking tears on them.
It's when you
letters.
Yeah,
Like,
when you
like
write someone in
okay.
prison, bro. They,
I thought you meant like
He
you're
like physically letters, like
talking in
letters.
code.
Oh,
we're
good.
talking about hieroglyphs.
I was confused. I was like letters. Oh, man, yeah.
Fuck. I don't think I'd be able to do well in prison, honestly. I'd probably be.
I could see you running prison at some point. You might have a rough first. You might have a rough first year.
I'll get my years in. I'll get my
Yeah.
seniority in. Like, all right, I guess Ricky has to take over now. Like,
Yeah, your first year might be rough, but your second year, it's like
I'm
you're coming
running
for the
that bitch.
MVP of the season, dude.
Yeah,
you know
dude,
what
a
I'm saying?
fucking
Rookie of the year, dude.
Yeah,
Rookie.
yeah.
Rookie of the year, getting my ass blasted until fucking I'm a pod boss.
Oh yeah, you
yeah,
in the
you do it.
showers would be.
Me in the showers, dude.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
dude. Yeah.
If we were in prison together and I've been there for like 10 years, you're just a freshie. I'd have been like, I got this one. You know what I mean?
Hey
Like-
guys, don't worry. I got it, dude.
I was doing some work at a lady's house the other day, and she said she works for L.A. County Corrections, and she said they call it gladiator school.
What the fuck? Why?
That's what she referred to it as, was gladiator school. Because you got to go in there and fight every day, I guess, bro. I don't know,
yeah,
but that's
yeah,
it.
dude,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm terrified of that, man. I don't know how
You
you.
got lions.
I would try to start doing jokes like off the back, dude. Even if I bombed, dude, just fucking like
Oh yeah.
do my whole set. Hey, you're fucking sucking on toes, guys. What's up? Hey.
We try and get on yours, dude.
Yeah,
Tell me
that-
that.
Imagine that you're like
They better
I
be
wouldn't
carried
talk about toes. I wouldn't talk about toes or any body
my
parts.
fucking butt plug joke. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, you know what? This guy's gonna definitely serve us very well.
So we're talking about butt plugs. So
Butt
like,
plugs, huh? All right, you're good at fucking hooping things now. Or fucking
yeah, I mean, prison. From what I've read about and seen in movies, prison for us four, I think would all be it'd be a tough gig. I don't know where I would even fit in. I know where you would fit in. I'll tell you
yeah,
that
I
much.
definitely know where fucking Hunter would fit in.
Cause.
You'd probably have to go with the Mexicans, bro.
I don't speak
Yeah.
Spanish though. I would walk
doesn't
up,
matter,
I
dude.
had to-
It's
Yeah.
all
Learn.
about tone of skin, cause that's what it's about.
Tone
in
of
there.
skin?
That's what matters.
I'll
You
do,
gotta-
I do my best. Yeah, I mean,
You ain't Italian, dog. I'll tell you that.
I know
bro.
I'm not fitting with the Italians. I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Imagine Jake just having to fight some just.
It'd be
man.
a brutal scenario.
Do they do pretty fair fights in there? Like,
Do
is
they do
it
fair
like,
fights? in
Yeah, they
prison?
do fair fights. Yeah.
I think
they
like
do.
they're gonna match up weight class a little bit, right? They're not just
No.
gonna put you.
No, the weight classes do not exist, but they'll make you do one-on-ones for sure. You know, I think that's the whole respect of it.
Run your fades.
Run your fades, dude. Run your fades.
Run
What's
your
that? The
fades.
plumber? That fool, the fucking plumber guy? That's what his name is, right?
Yeah, Aaron
Run your
the
fades,
plumber, dude.
Yeah, Aaron the plumber, dude. Fucking.
Will punch you in the face.
My grandpa, when he went to prison, when my mom was growing up, and when he came in, he was skinny he was like grossly skinny like me. And then when my mom visited him a year later, he was out of his mind jacked, and he was like, "You just got to get big when you're in here."
Gil, we're gonna send you to prison, okay? You're on your 75 hard day, whatever.
It's a workout plan.
Let's go.
You're doing
We're gonna-
75 hard.
Let's go. Oh, I finished
What's
like about a week and a half ago.
Let's go, dude.
What's 75
Yeah, dude.
hard? My bad. I don't know.
It's when you just go hard for 75 days, dude. You just
Oh,
fucking.
It's what is it? It's you got to read a book.
Yeah,
you
so
gotta
you,
go.
you read
break it
10
down.
pages of a nonfiction book. You have to follow a diet, no cheat days, so 7 days out of the week. And then you do 2 workouts, one 45 minutes inside, and then another workout 45 minutes outside.
That's a good. You should try that.
Oh,
Hunter.
and then a gallon of water a day.
Oh, gallon of water. That's
Nice.
Yeah.
nice. You probably urinate a lot though.
Yeah, it was.
We were just-
I'm still urinating.
Yeah, we were
now.
just talking about his piss earlier. He's like, dude, it's fucking, because he's taking vitamins. Like, it's just so yellow right now. It's very like.
It's
Really?
neon.
Yeah, you didn't know vitamins do that to you.
Highlighter. Highlighter.
Yeah,
color.
take some
What?
vitamins.
Yeah.
Take some vitamins. Say your prayers. Your yellow,
It's
your
cool.
pizza to come out really
Is yellow good then?
It's pretty cool.
Is
Is
yellow
that a good thing? That's a good sign.
It's
Yeah.
it's a good sign. I looked it up, and it's you have an over amount of vitamin B and riboflavin.
Interesting.
Nice.
So your body
wouldn't even
like
attempt that.
excretes. Yeah.
I mean, he said read 10 pages. Hunter said, "I can't do that one.
I'm out.
Read."
I'm out. Audiobooks count, dude. Audiobooks
do
count.
audiobooks count. That's what I'll be looking
Dude,
at.
I know. I fucking hate reading too, dude. I get it, dude.
Reading for me, reading is always like it's a lot better than actually doing it. Like thinking about it is always better than doing it. Like I recently bought a book for like $5, and I've been trying to read it, and every night I read a page, and I'm like, I don't retain any of this.
Really?
it's in
I
my
feel like
head.
you'd be like top of the fucking book club.
You
like,
think
in
I'd be a good
school.
reader?
Yeah.
I one time did lie and say I read 10 books over summer so I could win free Ducks tickets when I was a kid. But
They're
I
like,
didn't read a
what
single
books?
book.
Like, what books?
Well,
that?
Percy Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Just Harry Potter.
That's
Now,
it.
I don't know if y'all know this, but you are sitting amongst the presence of a distinguished poem
Oh,
writer.
that is
bro.
true.
He's
Oh,
been doing
shit,
this. He's
you're right.
in
So
the poem
during
game.
during COVID,
You're writing bars, bro? What
I
the
was
fuck?
Hardcore. He
There-
got published.
during COVID, I wrote a bunch of short stories and poems and would send them out to like magazines. And one got picked up. It was terrible. But some of the poems, they're looking back, it was kind of like, what is this guy going through? You know what I mean?
Tell him your name, what you were going as.
It's going by Jacob Castilian,
Whoa.
That's what I was going by.
Hey.
which is I think it's like a
Dude.
Spanish
Holy
ocean or
Casti-
lake.
Castellano.
like, Jake-
it's a
Castilian.
Spanish whale. I was gonna.
I want to go by Jake Caspian, but
Guys-
that was a little too weird.
When you get an opportunity, just check out these poems, okay?
Yeah, dude. I'm
I'll
gonna
check
check
out
him
these
out.
poems, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. He was in a dark place.
I was in a dark place.
He was in a dark place.
There's one line that was like, I'm walking down the street, put my jacket on, now it's time to prowl, or something like that. Just like stalkery, creepy guy who never got puss type of guy, you know what I mean?
Who the fuck is that serial killer that this fool looks like again?
Richard Ramirez.
Richard
everybody
Ramirez. Yeah,
says.
that's like
yeah.
fucking. You're. That was your ego
I
right there,
basically
dude.
was. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't a healthy guy during. I'm not gonna blame COVID. I just wasn't getting any puss. and
Started questioning
And-
everything.
and-
bro.
and all work and no puss makes Jack a crazy boy, dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jack. Jack.
Or
of
Jake.
Jake.
See, I was in a different world.
This one forgot his name. Dude.
I was in a different place. And that was,
It's Jack time.
So funny.
There was one time where I was like, I was in class and I thought someone was saying my name and I was like, am I just hearing voices right now?
This
It was
was
like
fucking schizophrenic.
I
dog.
could be, for all I know. I don't know what's happening.
I
I
don't,
might
dude.
murder somebody one day.
Us as comedians, we're pretty fucked up, bro. Honestly, we're pretty fucked up.
I know. Like, what you got? Something deep in your heart?
Yeah, dude. I just,
Deep in your heart.
I just need the acceptance of others that my mother couldn't give me. How about
Yeah.
that? There you go, dude.
Yeah.
I just want to
that.
hear a good job, dude, and pat on the back, and I'll be fine. You know?
I'm right there with you.
I think my
dude.
problem was my mom told me good job too much. That now I just needed some more.
Dude, that one. Fuck, I hate saying like people's material, but the one that you said, that lizard people don't live with their mom. That shit was fucking
lizard people,
fire,
yeah.
dude.
My mom believes that shit. She's a little crazy.
Dude,
But,
our
you know-
family is crazy, dude. How crazy is your family? I feel like Hunter has a fucking crazy ass family.
Hunter's family's wild.
My family's got, bro. It gets crazy, man. I mean, where you want to go with this? Because I got cousins, I got brothers, I'm. It's cool. My mom is from SoCal,
Oh, okay, that's
and
what you
my
came over here?
dad's from Alabama. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I got ties to this area as well, like the Riverside area. He actually said something earlier. Wyatt Earp, you know him, Tombstone, the movie Tombstone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm related to him in some way, shape, or form. I ain't gonna say the direct lineage, but we are related in some way. And my grandpa was real big into that, bro. He was like, he'd put on like cowboy Renaissance fair type things at Riverside all the time. for real.
Wildcat Jackson. He's related to Wildcat Jackson.
Bro,
man.
for real. Hey, okay, do you remember Wildcat?
Yeah.
I think I made Wildcat mad the last time I seen him, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Who's Wildcat?
He's a
How do you
comic-
forget Wildcat Jackson?
Oh, Wildcat, the guy, the San Diego,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, but he hit me with the greatest bit of all time, dude. I walked up to him. I'm like, because I'm really from the South, and
Yeah,
I say
yeah.
he
Kind of.
does a Southern accent. So I walked up to him. I said, "Hey, man, where are you from in the South?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm from the South." And I'm like, "All right, where are you from?" He said, "San Diego." I'm like, cause with a straight face, cause San Diego.
Oh shit, dude!
I'm like,
oh my god, that fucking.
Bro, I died laughing.
No,
I
I love when Hunter gets bitched out, dude. I love that.
He's
When he
just
gets-
like-
It was
gets
so good.
punked,
I just had to
love it.
walk away. I was like, oh, all right, hell yeah, man, let's go.
You know, it's funny because we know Wildcat without being Wildcat. You know, it's like seeing fucking Bruce Wayne without his Batman. Shit, you know? So it's like he's good at that. Huh?
Dude, I honestly laugh. I tell that bit all the time. I laugh at that. That's like that dude's funny, man.
I love the tricks he does. He's very impressive. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I wish I knew how to do all that stuff that he does. It's crazy. Like,
I think the one time I tried to do like a fucking thing like that was a kid. I put a Lego up my nose and I was fucking like bleeding out of my nose already. And then I thought like my parents got scissors. So I was like,
Oh.
oh, they're going to cut my nostril open. So I was like, get this shit out of here.
I don't know why I pictured you doing this on stage.
Yeah, it's one of my
I thought you were
bits.
just shoving a leg. Just blood's going
All right, guys,
everywhere.
this is my closer. So I can put a Lego up my nose.
Some woman starts screaming.
you put a
Yeah,
Lego
dude.
in, smiling, pull him out. He's like frowning. He's like he can reverse head. Some good
Oh,
Legos.
man.
So we met here, right? We met here.
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
Cheta- yeah, right. I think maybe we might have seen each other for sure. Jake at another open mic, but I don't remember what open mic it was at.
I think probably, but when I first came here, you know Daniel Phillips. He was one who was.
Oh,
he was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think you and
Shout out
Pat,
to
you,
Fuzz.
him and Pat Romo. Probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like, oh yeah, we used to like all do mics together. So I was like, this is dope.
They were kind of there when I first started, especially Patrick. Shout out
Yeah.
to fucking Patrick, because I remember he was
Shout
at
out Pat.
fucking Larry's Pizza most of the time. When
Larry's Pete's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. Oh, I've had some rough bombs there. I'll tell you.
Oh
that
yeah,
much.
dude. I think you have to go there just to go bomb. I like to go there to sometimes just be like, all right, I'm not fucking funny, but I can say what the fuck I want, and it's kind of like a warm up to kind of get the ball rolling again to go hit mics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever done good at a pizza place. Something about the smell of pizza gets me. I'm lactose intolerant. That could be a factor. in
Maybe,
there.
dude. It's like your kryptonite in there, just fucking bomb under the pressure of the cheese and shit. You know?
It's tough when you bomb and then you got to go order a slice of pizza afterwards. It's a little tough. And you're like, hey, let me get that cheese.
I just get a fucking whole pizza, just fucking eat
Scarf
my
it.
Yeah, dude. And we met. Obviously, I think we met here for sure,
Yeah,
Hunter. Right?
Horchata.
Yeah.
Right here.
But when did you guys meet? Because you guys.
So when he first started stand up, he would come to the ACT open mic, and we just met there, and then he built the stage there.
I lived right down the street, so I was there literally every day.
Oh yeah.
I started, bro. When I started going around there, I pulled up. I left the parking lot. I didn't even walk in the building. Then I pulled up, went again, left the parking lot. And then I finally went and did like a minute. I started there. You know what
so
I
that's
mean?
okay. So that's what you're saying. Okay, so
yeah,
you're
I started all the way there. So I would I started from doing like a minute getting off stage. Remember, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then I started actually hosting every show. The owner asked me to host a lot. So then
Oh shit! So that's how you got most of your stage time.
So
that's
here's-
how I sort of got. In my opinion, I got to like sort of accelerate a little bit because I was hosting every night there. You know what I mean? It was.
Here's what I remember also is that Hunter came down to like 3 mics. We were all like, oh, this guy's very funny, and then we like they put him on a show. And then he was supposed to do like 8 minutes. He's only been doing stand like 4 times at this point.
Oh,
he did like
fuck.
2 minutes, bombed, and I didn't see him for 6 months.
Bomb, dude. Left for a long time.
Well, yeah. So what made you like when that happened? What did you think? Like,
Dude,
after
I
you
questioned my manhood. I thought everything about myself was a bitch. You know, I didn't know what to do. I was
6 months, no boner. It was crazy.
it was rough for me, man. Because like in my head too, I had built up like I'd always really wanted to do stand up my whole life. You know, it was always something. I've always tried to be like class clown kind of guy. You know,
Yeah,
but
I feel that.
it never really translated till I got out here and I'm like, all right, you're gonna do it, just go do it. You know, and then I don't know it's going how it goes now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Dude, we were talking about worst bombs earlier. My worst bomb was right here.
I
in
don't
this
remember
building,
that. I don't remember.
I remember it.
This was before you guys started doing it in the other room over here.
So it was right here in the
Oh,
main
in the-
lobby.
It was
Okay,
in the main lobby.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Right
I was
after New Year's and Christmas.
right after New Year's and Christmas.
Okay.
It was very, very family in here. I'll just be honest. That was the vibe. That night was very family.
I think that might have been one of the last nights that we did it in the lobby.
He may have been the reason why we moved, dude.
Guys, I went up first. I was the first comic to come up after the host.
Oh,
And
I'm kind of starting to remember that now.
who hosted that night?
I want to
Do you
say
remember?
you
I
did.
think I did.
That was
I
Rick?
think
He was hosting. He brings
definitely
me
hosted.
up
He
first.
definitely hosted.
And guys, I tried to do my first bit. I made eye contact, and I just couldn't do it. I don't know.
Here's what happened.
It was rough, dude. I looked at my phone. It was on the ground. I just started mumbling words. It was the worst bomb of my entire life. I got off stage, bro, and like there was. Because it felt like there was really at least 30 people in the room.
Yeah.
40 people in the room. There was a lot of people in
Mainly,
there.
most of them were not there for a fucking comedy night. They were there to go pick up their last fucking.
So I was the first comic. They're all looking at me, and I'm literally mumbling. I'm like, you could tell it, bro. What did I even say?
What's great about though is that even though they're not there for the comedy, they would listen to the comedy and like they would also laugh a lot, if you know what I mean. But Hunter went up and he was like,
it was
Hunter,
so bad.
Hunter. So that day, I forget who the guy's
listen to
name
me.
was. He walked up and he was like, do you want to host sometime next week? And I was like, yeah, I'll for sure let you know. And then Hunter was like, after my set, he's going to ask me to host.
I was so confident. Pulling up in the car, I'm like, dude, because I hadn't done stand-up in a couple days either.
Yeah.
I was bro, because he picked me up. Bro, we're sitting in the parking lot. I'm about to crush. I'm going to kill tonight. I mean, I've got all this. I'm ready, you know. I go up because it was the worst set of my entire life. I mean, it is what it is. You
gotta get those fucking calluses in doing the
You
fucking.
gotta get 'em out.
I bombed the other day. I bombed just a couple days ago really hard. Everyone's just looking at me like, oh my gosh. That sucks too.
I remember.
I
kind of remember it. I'm starting to.
It was a rough night, dude.
That was a great bomb. That was one of my favorite
But
moments
was
of my
it the
life.
same night that we had that like the real reason why we didn't do the lobby? Was that the same night?
I don't know.
I hope not. I hope
No,
not.
Hunter didn't do anything. He
It
didn't do
was.
anything,
For sure. It wasn't you. We had someone else fucking like
Yeah.
drop a bunch of F-bombs because he fucking bombed.
Crash out.
Yeah, he crashed out pretty bad, and then had to come back in to get his scooter, and then left. But yeah.
Look at that scooter cuts.
But fuck, dude. I wish I could have remembered more. But I mean, that happens though, you know.
It
but
is
that's
what
like the
it
whole
is.
fucking thing about comedy is like you gotta just kind of like learn from it.
Don't let it affect you too much.
I've had some bombs that like there was one time I was booked on a show. It was in a basement bistro, and it was packed. And I remember I did a show for these people before, and it was like a really good show. So I told my girlfriend to come, and she invited her friend, and her friend invited her friends. And then I brought my friend and my cousin. So I had like 6 people there just to watch me. I only knew like 3 of these people. And then I go up after this guy plays guitar and crushes guitars, like guitar jokes. I go up with my act, bro, and it was just it was such a bad bomb that my girlfriend was like, "Do you need like a hug?" I was like, "No hug." And I was like, and it was funny because my girlfriend was like, "Do you want to talk about it?" And I was like, "Yes." And I got my best friend instead. I was like, "I'm gonna talk to my boy. I gotta talk to my boy.
Yeah,
about it. I
yeah.
can't talk to my girlfriend about this."
I don't think they would understand. They'd just be like, "You're fucking crazy. You're a fucking narcissist."
We loved it, and I was like,
we loved it.
I
Oh yeah, they went to
bombed.
yeah.
I can't stand that. Oh, you did great. It's like, come on.
"Yeah, I was in the room."
We're all in the same place, right? You
Yeah.
don't gotta lie to me like this.
I'd be like, yeah, you done better before, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But I don't like when people walk up and they go, "Hey, wasn't that bad?" And it's like, "Oh, they knew I knew it was terrible."
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't that bad? And it's like,
Oh, when they know you've lost all confidence is the worst, bro.
Just fucking, yeah. No,
And
it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
And then I was walking to my car, and then I heard I was the youngest person on the lineup, and I heard a couple talking about the comedy show, and they go, "That young guy just so low brow." I was like, "Oh man."
Because I'm hosting a show a couple weeks ago. I do maybe 2 jokes, 2 old ladies in the front, 2 old white ladies. She leans over to her friend, does this. So not where she's hiding it from me, but where I can see it. This guy's an amateur. Whispers
Oh
to her friend.
my
'cause
God, dude.
I'm just like, I just opened the show 2 jokes into my set, and I'm like, are you kidding me, lady? Already?
Did you lean into it, or you just kind of like just ignored it?
I tried to. Well, honestly, it threw me all the way off, and I bombed my ass off. I mean, I'm notorious.
I
for that.
honestly, I think that would have thrown me off too. But I would have been like, amateur. I'm like, yeah, bitch, where the fuck you think you're at? You're not at the comedy store, or something, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I always crashing out as the host is always like a move, you know. You don't because it's everyone else supposed to go up after you, you know.
Yeah,
if I
you
just
have- you
went
have to-
crazy on her, that would be a bad look.
I would have went crazy on her.
And I probably should have for real.
Fucking throw the mic at her face. Does this look like amateur, bitch?
I mean, yeah, getting not heckled, but like something like that throws me off so bad. I used to do a joke about my parents having a sex tape, and then basically one time, this is a true story. One time, my parents they didn't. Someone hacked my mom's phone, and they claimed they like recorded audio of my parents having sex, and they're gonna send it to all their friends if they didn't get money. So I just would tell that story, and then one lady yelled
Trying
out,
to Shannon Sharp.
Exactly.
Shannon Sharp.
Exactly, yeah. My dad is Shannon Sharp, in case you're wondering. He's a you know.
Take the
take that, Marie, or whatever, Michelle. But I tell that joke on stage, and then this lady yelled out, "That's the movie Sex Tape," and I was like, "Oh man!" That was like 3 minutes into my set, so it was like after that, it's like they think everything I'm saying could be stolen now, and it's like, oh, I just felt like I was like, so I have another joke.
How would you come back from that if someone tells you that, oh, someone else
got hit with that last
Bro,
night?
last night
Yeah.
some guy tried to yell out that I was doing a Richard Pryor bit. I'm like, I'm not that funny, cuz. What are you talking about, man?
You're like,
This is
I don't
crazy."
even like black people.
Richard who? It's Carlin up in here, cuz.
This guy yells out. He says something like, it was a movie reference. We
So
looked
he
it
has
up.
a joke about from Alabama, Walmart parking lot's like the hang spot. That's the whole bit basically. It's not that great. I'm just kidding.
Okay, the whole bit is that, you know, if you have a baby in high school, that baby was conceived in the Walmart parking lot. Just is what
Okay.
it is, you know. And it doesn't make no sense to me because the plan B is just like 600 foot away.
all right.
And then this guy yells out, he yells out,
Where the white women at?
where are the white women at? You know, like Richard Pryor. And I'm like, all I heard was Richard Pryor. All the audience heard was Richard Pryor. So it seemed like he was saying, that's Richard Pryor's, you know. But he said something like, where are the white women at?
The white women at.
Which is a reference from a movie that he
Blazing
did.
Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
He wrote that movie, I think.
We were just talking about that. Yeah, we were literally just talking about that too today.
It's
Yeah.
just like some dumb shit people yell out. It's like, oh, man,
But-
it makes you want to fight.
But
what
okay,
can
like
you do?
I wouldn't be able to see like how that is like even close to Richard Pryor. If Richard Pryor like around that time with Plan B wasn't even fucking.
It was. He
around.
just a drunk idiot. But it's just
Oh,
because
yeah.
he yelled out another comedian's name, it immediately, you know
Oh,
what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah, I get what
it
you're
made
saying, I
the
get what you're
crowd think, oh, what
this
the
was
fuck's
yeah,
this
he's
guy
doing
doing?
this was bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always what's your like worst. either heckler bomb or something like that.
I've talked about it already, but it was when I had to do a Spanish show one time, and I was hosting it, and like I was like doing a bunch of fucking things before, right? So like the guy that the headliner was like, all right, dude, I need you to bring these mics up here, because he would do like a interaction show at the end.
Wait,
so
is this at Mr. Rosewood?
Yeah, Mr.
Oh
Rosewood.
shit, I was there.
So that one was one, right, where like
Yeah, that was pretty
I was
bad.
like, oh dude, like in my mind I'm like, I didn't really prep for it, because like doing comedy in Spanish is not as the same as doing it in English, like especially if you're trying to translate your jokes, like it doesn't hit the same.
Because words aren't at the end sometimes. Like some of the funny parts.
Dude, it's just yeah, it's just mixed. It doesn't sound well. So I had to like, after that, I had to come up with a fucking brand new set basically. But I was like, oh dude, I just gotta get the crowd up. Like you've done it once before. Like you're just fucking like kind of just talking to your homies and shit. And literally like I was good like for like the first few minutes, and then I just kept stuttering my words in Spanish.
Oh.
And then like some of my jokes didn't hit, and some guy in the crowd was like,
Oh man.
Oh.
"Animo," which basically like, "You got this, bro." You guys know, I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then the whole
damn.
time I was like, "Dude, I just didn't want to be on stage," but I was worrying about like the mics having to be like brought up, like who do I have to bring up, their name, where they're from, what they wanted and shit, and then the promotions of what they were selling that night, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is a lot of work." Which I got the stuff down, just I was not funny.
Bro, the stutter is the biggest killer of.
Yeah, you'll lose them
The
immediately.
stutter is worse than AIDS. I'm just gonna be so for real. The stutter,
Worse than AIDS.
because even in high school, when you're like with your boys, you're like at lunch roasting around. If you're having a good roast and you're roasting somebody else, if you stutter a roast, now it's on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you're like, "Oh, you fucking dumbass," or
Can't
like,
do it.
today, Junior.
Oh my, yeah, exactly. I used to do this. So I one time I did the Comedy Store open mic. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Where like
okay.
the judge watches you and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I used to have an opening joke. It was like about leg day or whatever. But for some reason on that joke there was every now and then I would stutter on the punchline. I don't know why. So I'm doing it at the store and I do it and I stutter the punchline so bad I might have stuttered like a 4 like a like that, and it was like it was like I couldn't recover from it. It's only 2 minutes up there. And I was just like, oh man, stutter on the first joke, and plus like my mouth was dry.
But did you acknowledge it, or did you just kind of just try to like?
Dude,
pass it?
I plowed through like I didn't stutter, and it definitely made it worse. I should have been like, my bad on the stutter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm still trying to warm up, or I don't know, some bullshit.
Something.
Do you guys feel like if you guys acknowledge like something that doesn't work, or like an accident like that when you're going up there?
I'm a sometimes acknowledger. He's a big acknowledger, but I will, like if I try something, I'll be like, so we're just not feeling that right now. You know what I mean? But he will get full on.
Because I think, in my opinion, with the hosting, they're already in the room with you. They're looking at you. You're
Yeah.
alive with them just how they are with you, you know? So you have to like, if you're going to try and sell it as real, that's real too. If you do fuck up, that's just as real as trying to sell your real bit,
Yeah,
in
I
my
agree.
opinion.
I agree 100%.
But if you do it too much, I've also seen comics where if you do it more than once, really, you're going to lose them. Because then now they've lost faith in you, sort of like you're not.
yeah, I can see that happening.
You toe a line of like either being real or this is all fake. And
Yeah.
once you get that this is all fake, you're done. You're cooked, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that happening for sure too. What do you think, Gil?
I think you have to either be like either go in all the way, this is fucking real, we're all in this together, or not at all. You know what I mean?
Just like ignore it, I guess.
Yeah, because I think once you acknowledge something in the room, you have to stick with it the whole time.
Yeah.
You can't go back and forth.
Mhm.
Dude, I'm
Like-
gonna shout out a comic right here, Angel Hernandez.
Yeah.
This dude is he's
Fucking
in the
killer, dude.
moment, cuz in the moment. I've seen him go up, and it seemed like he didn't even have a set. It's really like the vibe. Now, whether he did or didn't, I don't know, but it seemed like everything he did was just sort of seamless and like
He's
very in the moment.
he's
You know,
talking- he's
just
just talking with
rapping,
his-
dude.
Yeah, I like those moments too. Like where I like to do that when they're like, let's say like the mic is already kind of like, or it's like, let's just say open mic for instance, right? Where it's like, all right, people are not even there to hear comedy.
Yeah.
They're just
Mhm.
like whatever, and like comics are not like trying. You know, they're just like,
Mhm.
fuck it, I'm just fucking practicing my set. I'll just start just talking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do my material. I'm just gonna fucking talk. I'm just gonna talk shit. Try to talk to the crowd and just kind of work that muscle of just being comfortable talking on the mic. For sure.
That's I feel like I probably need to start doing that more. Then I feel like sometimes you gotta like try and stick to your bits in that situation. Like try and sell them with the open mic crowd, and that
It's just
that might
I
work
think
a muscle
if you have a
too.
crowd that like, let's say that they're not comics, do your set.
Yeah.
You know, but like if it's like kind of like, the same comics that you see all the time, and then like, no one's really paying attention. Like you gotta fucking get their attention, earn their attention.
Mhm.
get the respect in, you know.
Yeah.
But see, I almost stuttered there, right there. Like I almost had a stroke. But I think that's the only way that you get your time, you know.
Mm-hmm. So something I've noticed with like really good like comics that are like famous comics, like let's say like a Bill Burr for example, is like when they're telling like their bits, it's crazy. It's almost like they're telling it and they are just all they want to say is their point of view, and they don't even necessarily like. It's almost like they don't care if they get laughs, which is like that's crazy to me because every time I do a joke, I will change my opinion if it gets a laugh. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And it's like and they're
We're
going
like contingent on the response,
and
where they're just doing
exactly.
their
I need a
thing.
response no matter what the thing is, and they'll go and they'll make their point, and it's almost like, is a joke even coming? Which that's like, I think that's what separates like a good from a great to like all that stuff. It's very hard.
So who are some of the comics that you guys like kind of made you want to do?
If you say any comic, I probably like every comic. There's really not a comic I don't like.
Ron White's my boy. I'll just say
he
that.
likes Ron White. I like David Tell is good.
That's kind of not a surprise. I mean, but
Ron White,
he's
Bill
fucking
Engvall,
great.
Jeff
He's great.
Foxworthy,
Larry the Cable Guy.
Well, like, I mean, honestly, man, really, I grew up on that. That's sort of like
I
what
did
got
too.
me
They
to
were,
enjoy it.
how old are you? How old are you guys? If you don't
I'm
mind me
24.
I'm
24?
29.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're about the same age, and yeah, like I don't remember what
The Blue Collar Tour.
the
Blue
blue
Collar,
culture
yeah.
was
Love it, yeah.
big when we were growing up. So
Dude, it's what got me into it. You know, like
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy. But honestly, my dad was really just into Ron White, and that's what got me to like.
Ron White's fucking awesome, dude.
Ron White
He's
is
fucking
great.
funny as fuck. Do you ever hear him on Joe Rogan?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And he's like that-
Dude, I've gone down that train 100 times.
That for sure, like that one thing, like advice that he gave to like comedians, like it's like slow down. If you feel like you're going fast, slow down. If you're going slow, slow down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing because sometimes I feel like we want to rush through our set and we're just not making any fucking sense. And
Yeah.
then you feel like you're going slow, so you're like, oh, I gotta speed it up.
Mhm.
You know? You
I'm
ever
big
guys
time
feel that way?
Rushmore, bro. I'm big time
Bro,
Rushmore.
playing with the pauses. There's a dude. I'm gonna keep doing this, I guess. But shouts out KJ. There's another comedian, KJ, bro. He's hilarious, and he something I really watched with his set. He plays with those pauses, bro. Like he'll just not say nothing for like 30 seconds, and the crowd would be dying laughing off of just the one word he said before. Like just playing with that space and time, you know, is definitely just as much
the
an
whole
art
thing
as
of
saying
being
anything.
comfortable in silence is like a big fucking
Dude.
thing too.
Oh yeah.
Like I know I do that sometimes too, where like I'll do a joke, right, and I'll let the crowd laugh, and I'll just like stay quiet, and I'll make a face expression like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
and then they'll maybe continue laughing, but it gives me time to be like, all right, what the fuck am I gonna hit them next?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes I don't have structure. This what tells me like Gil always tells me, dude, like you should have structure. Like, hey, you're gonna do this joke, you do that joke, which helps a lot. It helped me a lot with the Brea Improv when I did it. It helped me be more in control of what I'm gonna say. But sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking shoot this bullet. Whatever bullet comes up next, I'm gonna fucking say it, you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes that having structure where you're flowing correctly, it helps a lot too. But
Oh, bro.
Do you write a set list down?
sometimes I'll just put like, okay, we're gonna do this joke, and then sometimes I'll forget the order, but I'll just fucking remember, you know.
Yeah, I if I don't write the bits down like right before I go up, I will forget every single thing I've ever written in my life.
Yeah, bro.
I'll be like, what am I?
Dude,
gonna
I
say?
still
just
struggle with it.
I just like to
remember
write
shit
it
on
out.
stage.
I don't bring it with me, but I like to just have it. It's if I write it, it's like in my head at that moment, and I mix it around from there. But if I don't write it, I'm like having I don't know what it is. I got like a weird brain where like I like to just like write it, and my memory. I feel like my memory used to be good. I one time. I would always win the speech meet. You ever have a speech meet at your school? You know what that is?
No, there was no respect. I
It was
never.
like you would memorize a speech and like recite it to like your class. If you win that, you go to the full school. So I would always do that. So I could like read it, I'd be all right, but that can also go bad. I've had some bad moments with that. But
Yeah. I think I don't know. It's kind of weird because I've seen like big comedians take notes up on stage too. Obviously they're working on material,
Yeah.
but like I feel like sometimes that like kind of kills the connection with the crowd because they're like, oh, this was looking at his
Sure.
notes. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But I
Well,
mean,
if you already have the respect, you could do whatever you want. But
yeah,
if you don't
that
have
too.
that,
But I also
yeah.
feel like, you know, like some people kill with their notes up on stage.
yeah,
You know, so like, do you guys feel like you guys need your notes on stage or?
if
I
I'm doing a
do,
new
for
bit,
sure.
Yeah.
I'm doing a new bit, I'll read my notes up every time. Like if I'm doing a new
Yeah,
bit, I'm
that-
like,
that
I need
makes
to see these
sense. That
notes.
makes
I
sense.
haven't gone up yet without at least something to reference. I'll try and remember 2 or 3, and I walk around a lot on stage. That's something I try and do, and I literally only do that to hide the fact that I'm looking down at my notes every once in a while. You know, but
Yeah.
I do try and like make it gracefully. Like I try and hide it at least. You know, which
Yeah,
is
I
probably
think-
like he's looking like cuz we
He's
see
walking
you
on
looking.
here. He's walking. He goes,
Let me see. Start scrolling.
You know what's
on my
funny,
phone.
especially because like you guys kick it very often. Like you guys can tell like certain things that you guys doing on stage. Like I can tell when Gil's like, okay, like he's panicking, you know, or he
Yeah.
can
Oh,
tell me when
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not having
for
a good time
sure.
either, you know. And then we're just fucking laughing on like in the audience, like this was not having a good time. Up there.
I mean, for real, and no offense, I love watching you bomb.
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna
all,
lie.
that's the fun part is watching
Yeah,
your boy
yeah,
bomb,
dude,
bro.
yeah.
Like that's sort of the.
I love watching
Dude,
Ricky.
Yeah. I
That's the
almost hope for it
best.
sometimes. One time, Hunter told me one time I did good, and he was like, "You know, I hate when you do good."
Bro, he gets off stage, he's all happy and shit. I just want to like ruin it, man. I don't
Fuck
know
you,
why.
dude, fuck you. Yeah, no, me and Gil, like, well, we know when we're having like a bad time, and it's a good time to kind of like, all right, fool, like you
Yeah.
fucking suck, you know. And then there's times where like, all right, this shit really hit him, like just give him his space, you know, and then be like, hey, dude, this is what you did wrong, in my opinion, and then kind of like give
Yeah.
each other pointers and stuff. You can tell what bombs hurt the most, where you're like, okay, don't say shit to this fool, and there's times where you're like, all right,
Yeah.
I can punk this fool for a
There-
little
there
bit.
was-
I'll say this. I think people who totally don't care about a bomb, y'all need to look in the mirror a little bit, is all I'm saying. You need to actually, like, you can't just totally let it roll off your sleeves, you know, because then that's, you're never going to change. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people,
I get
they'll
that too.
bomb
I
their
get
ass
that
off
perspective too.
and then keep doing it.
So someone told me this comedian told me like you can't think of it as a bomb, as you're just getting experience. But like I get what you're saying too, where it's like if you never ever said like you never bomb, like oh I never fucking bomb on stage, you know,
Yeah.
like, I always do
Yeah.
good. Then you gotta definitely look in the mirror.
Yeah, you need to really
But I think
reevaluate.
there's some bombs that are just kind of like they're not really, you know, it's just like another like star on your belt to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know.
So it was an unwinnable situation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I've had a lot of those where people. I remember when I first started, people were like, "Oh, you don't seem to care when you bomb that much." And I'm like, I just know it's unwinnable when I'm in right now. So I'm not like gonna beat myself up too much when I know no one could have done good in this room.
Oh, dude, I used to fucking beat myself so much when I used to bomb. Like at first, I was like, oh, dude, why am I fucking doing this? I'm not even fucking funny, dude.
How'd your
I'm
first set ever go?
So my first, well, like at an open mic or at a show.
Anywhere, like your first set, first time you ever went on stage.
So the first time I went on stage, like, I felt nervous as fuck, but I felt calm because Gage Johnson, he was the one hosting
he's
that
dope,
mic,
yeah.
and he's like, dude, just have fun up there. Remember, when you're not having fun, you're not gonna do good, you know. So just have fun. And I had like 3 topics that I just wanted to talk about. I had no jokes. I'm like, I'm just gonna talk about it, and then just fucking whatever happens,
Really?
whatever happens.
Yeah.
And I did okay. Like I got some laughters, and some people didn't think it was my first time because I just was like hiding my nervousness, so I looked confident on
Yeah.
stage. But I was fucking terrified. But then I started realizing after, I'm like, oh, this is just fucking me talking way too much. I gotta cut the fat off a lot of these fucking
Exactly. I
jokes,
had
you
the
know?
same thing my first set.
So
yeah.
then after that, I bombed at Larry's Pizza. Fucking the following mic that I did, horrible, dude. I did really bad, and that's because also I smoked before going on stage. So I was
yeah,
like,
that's a killer.
yeah, it made me feel like very anxious, and I was like, never again. I'm a fucking.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was there for your first mic, but my first mic was I went to the rec room, and
Oh my god, I bombed there too, bro.
bro, I went up, and I was second to go up, and I remember being like, you're gonna be good, and I went up, 5 minutes, 0 laughs. At the end I went, that was my first time. 'Cause I don't want to say it up front, so I said at the end.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
the host, who's my friend now, he goes up and he goes, "First time, everybody, comedy's not easy." Like that. And I was like, oh. I went home and cried, dude. It was tough. I went home and cried. I was like, damn, I suck at comedy.
Yeah, I think like a big thing as a host too, right? Like I don't like saying it's people's first time.
Yeah.
I'll say it after, because I feel like when you
Mhm.
say it's their first time, people either give them like too much of a lenience,
Exactly. Yeah.
or it's like pressure too, because they're like, oh, this was not gonna be funny. I just
Yeah.
rather let them do their shit and just be like, oh, you know what? Hey, we just popped somebody's cherry tonight. Give it
Yeah,
up for them, you know?
exactly.
Fuck yeah! Like it takes balls to get on stage, you
Mhm.
know?
I didn't say it because I was like, I'm gonna do so good right now. I don't want people to say it because I said it's my first time, and then I bombed, and I was like, should have said it's my first time.
My first time,
I got
first
some
time.
laughs, but I didn't get a laugh for the first 6 months of doing comedy. 0, not even a chuckle. I'll say that.
Oh
much.
shit! Yeah, I mean,
See, he said it earlier, but I got messed up. I did decent my first couple
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
and then bombed really hard. So that
yeah,
I took it
I had the
way
same
worse.
kind of. I had the
cuz.
same kind of route too, dude.
I took it way worse. I stole a Tim Dillon bit, bro. Ran with that shit. I mean, so for real. Hey, I didn't even really. I rewrote. I was doing like a poem kind of thing, and Tim Dillon did like a rant, and then I did like a poem based off of that rant, but I was
Same
closing with it. It was very similar.
It was very, very
it
similar.
was a bunch of different of my
Hey,
ideas.
but you're, you know, but you're new. You know, you don't think like, oh, you know, it's like.
Bro, I felt like I needed something, and it worked. I did it for about a couple weeks, and then I did what I needed it to do. I got up on stage with it, you know. That was what I...
Yeah, because you could have been like, nope, I wrote it. I fucking wrote it. No, Tim Dillon stole it from me, dude.
Hell no, dude. I mean, It's a how would you say? It's inspired by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
ultimately, they are two different things, but it was it worked. You know what I mean? It worked for a little while.
Yeah. So talk about your guys' podcast. I want to know more about your podcast. I
Dude.
see you guys are fucking doing the thing, and you guys are doing like bits together, right? Like sketches.
We do like some skits. Yeah,
yeah, skits.
We're working on all kind of stuff, dude. Skits.
So we started the pod because we were always like, dude, we always were hanging out in his garage, and we're like, well, if we're just gonna hang out all day, we should like, maybe film it. And then, but of course, when you film something, it's of course different than how it you're like, it's kind of it's always a little different than actually just hanging out. Sometimes, like at least as far as we go. And but the pod's super fun, and then we start doing skits, and it's only us, and we have a camera, so we're pretty limited as far as like what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like sitting down at the table and talking. Is a lot of what our skits end up being.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's
real.
a start for something, like even like Gil and I talk about doing skits too, and it's just like we talk about it a lot, and then it's like when it comes down to like wanting to film, we're like, oh man, I don't know, this doesn't look good, dude. No, I don't know, man, I don't know. And
It's bro. Honestly, I solely use it as a getting used to being on camera. Like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. Like
100%.
you got to jump in if you're gonna do it.
You get a little nervous being
Yeah.
on camera, even if it's like you're recording stuff. I get nervous like when we're out in public and like they want to do a skit in public. I'm like, fuck, people are watching
Oh
me. They're
my
like,
goodness.
here goes another fucking TikTok fucking
Yeah, but
dumbass and shit.
what
You know
are
what I
they
mean?
gonna do?
in a second,
But then like
some
you
of
kind of
this.
just like build the like you don't care, Like Gil does not give a fuck if we're doing a skit.
Dude, I
No,
respect
I
that.
don't
I
care.
wish I had that, dude.
I
That
don't
is
care.
so nice.
Even doing like a fucking small like reel for the horchateria, I was like pretending I was trying to grab the cup like running away, right? And I was like, bro, there's people watching me. He's like, dude, he's like, just don't care. Like, just fucking.
They're not there. Just
They're not there. And I'm
Nobody's
like, they're right there, fool. They're looking right at me, dude.
Just me, you, and the camera.
Yeah.
I think Hunter has
Take
some
off
of
your
the
clothes.
like. You don't really care, huh?
Well, I did for a long time, but I just recently sort of turned that switch in myself. Like I was just like you for a long time, bro. Like I really was very weird when I got on. Like I used to be I would be very uncomfortable with this right here.
Bitch, you're a fucking model. What the fuck you mean you got
But
like?
I would be weird about it, man. But I just recently like just accepted the fact like you're gonna be on camera. Like if you're gonna try and do this, that is part of it.
How'd you feel when like they're like, oh, dude, we want you to model some of our.
Wait, hold on
fucking-
here. You're a model, dude?
Well, okay, let's take it easy with
No,
model.
he's a model, dude.
Let's
He's
take
fucking-
it.
yeah,
The
dude.
shirt's on in these
Hey,
pictures. He says, "Get it out there."
My girl's got my beautiful girlfriend. She has got a clothing brand, and
Okay.
she gonna see this. I'm gonna send her this. But no, so I've done a little things for her in there. Here and
Oh, okay,
there.
so I was like, when I saw this fool like on Instagram, I'm like, oh, this was modeling. That's fucking dope, dude.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you got some modeling opportunities, hit me up. I'll do
dude.
it.
I definitely would want to model too, dude. Just fucking
We need a model.
model some fucking
Yeah.
McDonald's or something. You know what I mean? So that's cool though. So what's her brand if you don't understand?
It's Excel Fitness. Excel Fitness. It's she has guy stuff and girl stuff, mainly women driven, but we do sell guy stuff.
We can fit in there, dude. Come on, Gil. Let's get some
Yeah.
of the women clothing. Fucking
But yeah,
If
y'all
she
check
needs
that
a
out.
plus size
Instagram.
model, dude, me and Ricky got you covered.
yeah, dude.
Honestly, that would be a good idea, dude. You should get me in there too.
When
I
you're-
rock those shorts.
We're
good.
working on on some more guy stuff coming out soon. So we'll
There you
be
go.
doing
I
a
bought
drop
some of
on
her
that.
shorts, and they're very comfortable. They're good for guys with huge penises. So if anybody, anybody with huge
You have
penis,
an
this is a short
absolute
for you.
unit. Yeah, I mean,
If you have a
these are the
small
shorts for
penis,
you.
don't even bother. I'm just kidding.
Oh, fuck, I'm fucked, dude. That's cool. That's
Uh,
cool. I could have sworn I'm like, this was fucking making it, dude. He's like, if it's not in comedy, he's gonna be a fucking model and all that shit.
Cause so broke right now.
Dude, he called me yesterday. He goes, 2 days ago. He goes, bro, if I just had 10 grand, I'd be a different person right now.
This is sad, but this is the truth, and I feel like this represents a lot of people in America today. If you had $10,000 in your checking account, are you a different guy? Be
Oh
honest.
fuck yeah, dude. I'd be fucking.
I'm a different guy with $10K in my checking account.
Yeah, dude.
I walk around lighter. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
nicer to my girlfriend. You know what
Nicer
I'm saying?
than me.
Nicer than me.
I treat people in my life better.
Yeah, dude.
I go over to his house and he's yelling at me and his girlfriend, and it's almost like the abusive dad is home. And I'm like, you should have talked to us
First
this way.
off, don't be out here saying I'm just yelling at my girlfriend. I mean, I'm raising my voice. It's
Yeah, it's
not
different.
yelling.
It's different.
He gets home, he's like, what these dishes doing here, bitch?
Jake's under the fucking bed, like crying, dude, fucking holding a teddy bear.
I
Like,
am, dude. It's scary over there when
Oh,
Hunter's in the
man.
mood. I'm just kidding.
If I get all fired up, it does get dicey, man.
Yeah, Hunter gets. I don't know if this is. I guess Hunter gets mad. His girlfriend laughs at other dudes on her phone.
I'm the only one that's allowed to be funny.
Yeah,
We-
dude,
we
I
know
get that too.
right?
Yeah, dude, I get that
So
too.
what
But
you
like,
laughing at?
bitch, who you laughing at?
Yeah, that's it's a fun time. Him and his girlfriend. That's a fun hang. Me and my girlfriend hung out with him and his girlfriend recently, and it was a good time. We were all drinking. It was a was a nice time.
It's fun, dude.
Yeah, it's a good time. There was some commotion with my girlfriend. You know what I mean? My girlfriend, dude, she's not gonna watch this. When my girlfriend gets drunk, she is a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Bitch. That's crazy,
bro. She wrecks a Lime scooter in L.A., rips her toe off, and then blames him for it. It's so funny.
Wild. She was walking on her phone and she like stubbed her toe on like a falling down Lime scooter and cracks her toenail. And she goes, "Why didn't you tell me it was there?" And I was like
a line up the toenail, cuz
he's dating Latina for sure. He's dating a Latina for sure, dude.
Essentially, you know what I mean? She speaks Spanish. She studied abroad in Mexico, so she claims she's like more Spanish than me or whatever like that. But you know, when I whip the wife beater out, she sees who's more Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man, the Crack Timeout guys, bro, we're all over the place. We're trying to do it all. You know what I mean? We're trying to put out skits. We're writing some like actual more like long format. We're trying to do like a show, TV show ideas. You know?
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, trying to do like some stuff like that. They're trying to get. I mean, because stand up is of course dope, but I feel like nowadays it's hard to make it as just purely stand up.
Yeah, you gotta do skits.
Kinda
I'm
gotta do a
dude,
bunch of stuff.
I'm like, I see so many skit ideas like of like other comedians doing shit, and like this is gonna be me being a fucking big hater, but some of these fucking skits, dude, I'm
Talk
like,
to me,
bro. I'm like,
hey, this is all we do. Is
I'm
talk
like,
shit.
it needs to stop, bro. Like some of these skits is just fucking horrible. It's not really creative. It's like a low hanging fruit, you know. Like try to be.
If you're doing it
Facts.
just to do it,
I
is
hate
one
those
thing.
Crack Timeout skits, dude. Those guys suck.
bro.
I just
Fucking
that's
hacks,
my opinion. You
chasing
know?
trends.
I think there's some people that do like really good skits, and I'm like, oh fuck, like this shit's funny, and there's some that just like,
Bro.
But I like seeing the comments though on the bad ones because they're fucking they're people let them have
my
it.
thing is, dude, originality. You got to be original, right? And then the joke has to be funny. It can't be like a There's so many fucking skits out there, right?
Yeah.
There's so many, but it's all the same joke, but just recycled with a different person. It's like, come on, dude, let's do something else, dude.
That's why we've really been trying to put our heads together on putting something a little bit more long
no,
format.
but
because
I like your guys. I like yours. No, seriously, I do. What was the last one you guys put out? You were like working on like a bathroom or some shit.
I went to
Handyman,
that one.
that one was really good.
We're trying to turn that into like the long form one. Like,
yeah,
like
so we're gonna really
thing,
expand on that. We're like writing.
And
something.
aren't you really like
He's a
you're-
handyman.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
that's what I'm saying.
for
Yeah,
work,
so
yeah.
that like it's relatable for you, you know.
Yeah,
So you
for
actually
sure.
know what it is. Not like people that never fucking picked up a tool in their life and then doing handyman skits.
If
know?
you
Yeah,
look,
that's me.
if you really are into working at all, like you're like a handyman or anything like that. If you look in a lot of the skits, we have wrong tools for every situation. I love doing that on purpose because like I know what we need there, but I will purposely put like
but that's
the wrong
good though,
shit
because that's
there.
like that's part of the skit as well, you know.
And
Yeah.
it's details like that. It's
Yeah.
details like that sets them apart from other fuckers that
I
are trying
think
to do
that's
that
great,
shit
yeah.
too.
all our skits we do, the mentality I've tried to. I've distilled this into Hunter, I think, which probably this isn't the best mentality.
I be riding trends, guys.
But I always say we're making a skit, and we're not making a skit to go viral, making what we think is funny.
Yeah.
We've had one we tried to make go viral before, and it was our worst skit. We did when your dog is Sebastian Maniscalco, and it was the worst. It was the worst. It was like 20 seconds, and I was doing a Maniscalco impression as his dog. It got like 9 views, and everybody hated it, and we're like, never again. We're gonna do what we think is funny.
You know, no, but you know what the thing is too. I think it's like the title of it. Like it's a fucking. There's a like a formula to it where like you need to have a grasp of a good title because there's times where like this what we've been doing for our podcast, the Poodle podcast, we've been putting like the current events that we're talking about. Like we just put what the Poodle.
Use it end of the world.
Oh, Poodle end of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going. We got like what 2K. views?
Yeah.
And I. See, my thing was like, I'm going to put the fucking title for Amonos, like, as in, like, oh, I think this was funny. This is something we said on the podcast, and it doesn't really do that good.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like a formula of that, and then, like, the thumbnail and all that bullshit. It's just
There's
the
so much.
hashtags, you know?
The hashtags
that
kill
world
me, bro.
is something that is very hard for me too. I don't like.
'Cause he knows DJs who like.
I don't really. They will tell me. I know people who are in the Instagram world hard, right?
Yeah.
But what you have to do is just like. I ain't got time for all that, cuz.
Yeah,
Like,
no, for real. Yeah.
There was telling me something like they're trying to break it down. You're supposed to post like 15 times. One of them will catch viral, like go, and then you delete all the other ones.
That's crazy to me. All that.
But
yeah.
I mean, have you even heard of that before or no?
I've heard something like where you have to put, you have to.
You have to like post a bunch of the same posts. I don't.
Yeah,
but then it's like,
yeah.
what are we
Someone
doing,
said
man?
that
I
like
ain't
you
got that
like
much time.
so like if you put like one of your stand up bits, right? Like you post it and then you delete it again, and then you post it back up again, because maybe that time that you post it, it'll go viral. So it might not go viral the first time, but it'll go viral maybe like the third or fourth time.
Yeah.
But I don't fucking have, bro. I'm just doom scrolling most of the time on Instagram, anyways. You know, I'm just looking
That's
at.
what's up.
I'm sitting here saying I don't have time, but it's like all I don't do anything. You know, I'm just
My algorithm
chilling.
is all fucked up, dude. It's comedy, fucking toes, and thick booty Latinas, and
We gotta
fucking
group chat that up.
group chat and food and DUI. No, not DUI. Do your own kind of shit. I'm
Oh,
like, I'm
DIY,
never
yeah.
DIY, and I'm like, I'm never gonna do this in my life.
Yeah, the stuff that is on the Instagram feed that they feed you. First of all, it's kind of messed up when like, I mean, it's good when you're single, but when you're like have a girlfriend and they're feeding you just chicks,
Yeah.
you're like, bro, chill, dude. You're making me look like a psychopath.
Every time I go search bar on my Instagram, it's
Oh
like,
yeah, don't.
it's my girl.
Don't
right
do.
here.
Yeah, don't. I don't do it in front of my girl.
yeah,
Yeah, I
dude.
don't-
All I send him shit daily, dude. The weirdest, most terrible fucking shit ever, and it fucked up my algorithm, dude.
oh yeah,
It's been a lot of like videos of like random shit, and then it's just the two dudes making out, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Stop sending me this shit.
Hey, let's do this skit, dude.
This is a skit. I got a good idea for a skit, dog. You know?
I've been trying to film a skit for the past 3 months. All I want to do is just every closet I open, Jake's in the closet, right? And that's the whole skit. Is that
I don't
Jake's
like
just
it.
a gay guy? And
It's
then,
like-
all right, you don't like it either.
It's like,
Fuck.
get
it's a
out of the
bad
closet,
skit.
Jake.
He didn't laugh at all. This is
I
you
yeah.
just won that. All right,
I know.
Never,
I did.
I'll never bring it up again.
Thank you, because I've been telling that skit is trash. I've just
So
been trying to do
funny,
a
dude.
skit where I actually wrote a skit down recently where like where like you wrestle and like you tap someone in and they go to wrestle for you. I had an idea where like you tag me in and I just start butt fucking you. That was the whole plan.
Jesus Christ.
Tag me, I smack in the back, I just start going.
You know, what the fuck, Jake? This is the wrong guy.
It's written down in my notes, by the way.
You have to write that down.
I don't want to forget.
Hey, this was girlfriends that go through this phone like, what the fuck is this?
Bro,
Is this a sex
It's
scene?
a-
Is
it's
it
a
fantasy?
comedy.
It's a fantasy?
this is funny. You don't think this is funny?
Well, you're just dumb.
Women don't get it.
Babe, you fucking broke your toe on a scooter, bitch.
Dude, my girlfriend was yelling at me so bad. Dude, my girlfriend was drunk and we
so
got to
funny.
the, and I was like, because we were trying to go to a place called Prime Pizza in LA.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then it was like a mile. I didn't know it was that long. And she's yelling at me. She's like, "This pizza better be fucking good. It better be the best fucking." My girlfriend doesn't curse. My girlfriend doesn't curse.
Limping hammer.
Gil's getting turned on just a
That's
little bit. He's
awesome.
like, dude.
That's cool. That's cool.
You like that? You're like one of them guys you like to be like told what to do and shit.
Oh,
hell
who doesn't
yeah.
love being told what to do,
Yeah.
bro?
Nice.
Dude, his girlfriend always says, I'm going to stab him. And I just see this fool get a
Yeah.
boner all the time. So
Nice.
That's the honey pack, dude.
Yeah.
Straight up
That's
stab
the-
you.
That's it.
And then so yeah, so I was just like, my girlfriend's name. You know what I mean? I said her name, and then she was like, I was like, we don't yell at each other. So if you keep yelling at me, I will start yelling, and you don't want to see me fucking yell.
Okay.
you don't like it when I,
Hold on. Whoa.
You don't
I
like
was
you.
there. I was there. She was yelling. He said, Natasha, we don't talk to each other like this.
No, I put my foot down. I went, woman, chill.
he's like, my foot's tapping now. What's
My
happening? You know?
girlfriend's touching me on the thigh like, look, we gotta fucking go. Dude. We gotta get out of here.
Oh yeah, what happened at your most recent?
Dude, it's so
That's
funny.
funny, dude.
Oh,
Fucking,
man.
you don't like when I'm angry, bitch.
Exactly. I'll turn the Hulk and just start throwing haymakers. I'm just-
What's the biggest show you've ever done?
The Brea Improv.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
How many people were there?
Bro, it was like 300 people, right?
Wow.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
200 plus.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Nice, dude. What was and yours was
I did mine was an open mic. I did the American Comedy Company open mic, and it
oh, dude,
packs
is
out
that in San Diego,
San Diego,
right?
yeah, it
I heard
packs
that
out.
one, yeah.
200 people just to watch open mic comedy, and yeah, probably 200 people in there. That was the biggest I ever performed in front of.
Do you
so.
feel like when you see more of a crowd, you get nervous, or
No,
do you get
definitely
nervous when
not.
it's less people?
Less people? Way more nervous, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, I think what I get
There's
more
a
nervous
sweet
about,
spot.
I get mostly nervous if it's an important thing. Like the importance of the show definitely
Oh,
is the
Yeah,
is the
that's a big
nervousness
fact on
level.
that too,
Like,
yeah.
I think like the Brea Improv, I'd be nervous just because the name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was sweating bullets like the whole week of I was telling this food too. I'm like, dude, like, am I even funny? And I'm like, dude, it's like a mental battle that I don't think people
Yeah.
really know. Like
Oh,
comedians go through. People think that they just go up and just be funny. No, it's like. I was like, dude, do I even deserve this? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, other comedians are to talk shit about me. They're probably gonna say the same thing. And then like I kind of like getting closer. I'm like, no, I deserve to be here.
Yeah.
You know, they asked me to be on the show for a reason. Like, I'm funny. And then like literally like before my set, I was like fucking nervous as shit. I'm like, dude, if I fucking bomb at the Brea Improv, that's gonna fucking suck, dude. And then it just kind of like what made me calm down is seeing all the names that I recognized.
Yeah.
That were written on the wall was like calming me down. I'm like, oh, dude, I know this person. This person's been on here. Oh, fuck, I do open mics with this fool. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and then just kind of pacing back and forth. And then once like they're gonna call me up, a fucking switch flipped on me, and I'm like, all right, dude, it's time to fucking show up. You know?
Oh yeah. That's always been like a big fear of mine. Like I used to play quarterback. Surprisingly, I used to play.
What the fuck?
I know, it was kind of crazy.
In little league or what the fuck?
Hey, bro, all the way till 8th grade.
And Pop Warner.
Pop Warner 8th grade played quarterback, and my biggest thing I think was that I just wasn't clutch.
Yeah.
You know how like you always like, oh, I'm like fourth quarter, 2 minutes, I'm gonna win the game. I think I would lose the game every time. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, am I just not clutch? Because there'd be like shows that were like important, and I would just bomb. And I'm like, am I just like the guy that's not clutch? You know what I mean? Like bomb everything.
I get that, dude. I get
and then then I did like a show where like the stakes were kind of high, and I had like a really good set, and I was like, okay, so it was almost like reassuring that like you can be clutch sometimes. Which clutch sounds stupid when I just say it out loud. But
no, but I mean, I understand what you're saying. I understand the reference.
I equate it to like, you ever jumped off like a cliff? Like when you jump off a cliff into a big water?
I'm scared of heights, dog.
But I've done that, right? So when you do that, you really just have to jump. Like that's what you have to do. That's what you do.
Yeah.
And with stand up on those bigger shows, that's what I've sort of equated it to in my head. Is like you've just jumped, and that's all you really have. Is once you jump out there, you're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta put yourself out there.
Because
like you know, there's times. Because there's sometimes times where you're like, fuck, like I don't know if I could do this show, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're kind of like the mental battles happen, but you just gotta show up and just whatever happens, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can have a fucking like you have this set that you worked on for so long, and it could just be like the crowd that just like didn't fuck with your shit at all, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. It's.
I bomb in LA all the time. I go to like some of the LA rooms, dog. They hear my accent, they're like, yo.
Yeah, they're like, this guy's MAGA for sure. No, you know, and that's it's a big thing. It's just sometimes the scene that you're in, because I even when I went to Nashville, I thought I was nervous at first, so I was trying to relate to them, you know. I was like, fuck, I don't like liberals either, or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And they were just kind of like quiet, and I was like, okay, they're not fucking with this at all. So then I was like, just do your jokes, and I started doing my jokes, and then people were kind of like, liking it after.
Mm-hmm.
But I think also trying too hard, you know what I mean?
Definitely,
can fucking,
bro. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't try at all. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Charles Bukowski said, "Don't try." That's on his gravestone. I don't know why I'm referencing Bukowski. It's like a psychopath now, but
I don't know who's that at.
He's a writer who was he's just a drunk.
This is Jake trying to just make himself sound like he
Yeah. I write. Look at me. I write poetry during COVID. I won awards on COVID.
He wrote some shitty poems talking about Bukowski, and now what? Well, here we are.
Every time, I don't know why.
Dude,
He always circles back to Bukowski.
No, I don't. I never do. What the heck?
I feel like we're like Jake and Hunter, like just like the fucking Wish version, dude. Because this fool throws like facts out there. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you get no bitches, dude.
He'll
Bukowski.
Like French movies, dog. He'll do that. He'll reference like some movie, some obscure cinephile movie to me, and then be like, "Oh, you don't know that?" No,
I've never done that. Bro. First of all, I would never. I know you can't read subtitles, so I would never do that. They got the dub of this, man.
They got the dub of this, man.
So. Hey, me and Gil, we're just two guys that we wear glasses and watch French films sometimes, okay? And we jerk each other off under the blanket.
Yeah, Hunter and I just like to fucking just go out there and just fucking with our cocks on and see what happens. Chug beers,
harass people, men and women. We don't fucking. We're not like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that too, bro. I love harassing women. You think I'm not out in the streets? No, but I mean, it's just an accidental thing, you know. I was what can you do? I like to watch. I don't even watch movies anymore. I don't want to get so defensive.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, dude. Hey, dude, relax.
My bad.
Gil gets defensive like that too, though. You know,
it's all good.
You know what it is? I don't know what it is, but it's something. It's your accent.
It's your accent. Yeah.
When Jake gets really pissed, he'll start doing a southern accent. When he starts doing the southern accent, that's where you know.
Come on, man, you're pissing me off right now.
Pissing me off, Hunter.
No, but it's. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely trying too hard on stage. I feel like they could definitely sense that. For
Dude,
sure.
how could you describe or the definition of imposter syndrome?
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
I don't even fucking know, dude. Like, I guess,
Like just being somebody that you're not, or
yeah, that's what it is.
to fit in.
Yeah.
So do you feel like sometimes that like would happen, like having like imposter syndrome?
No, well, having imposter syndrome is being in like a place or being somewhere in life, and you're telling yourself you don't belong there. Like you feel like you're being somebody else, but you're not. You're there for a reason, and your mind is telling you you don't belong there.
Okay,
that's what imposter syndrome is.
Yeah.
Like I have imposter syndrome all the time.
Yeah.
For
There was a
everything in
rumor
my
going
life,
around
dude.
that my accent was fake.
I spread it. You know what I mean?
I had
it was
multiple comics come up to me and be like, bro, like I heard your accent, like I heard it's all fake, and I'm like, damn, someone's really out here saying my accent
Someone
fake.
did
cuz.
tell everybody. It wasn't me.
It's so funny.
That Hunter did not actually grow up in Alabama, or he wasn't from Alabama. He's making the accent up. He was only there for a year.
So this is imposter syndrome, and I'm
dude,
actually from
if
Britain.
that was true, like if I just hear this fool like with a fucking California accent, I'd be like,
just to be shocked.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It'd be kind of crazy, huh?
I mean,
I would never think that.
That's
No,
what's
not
up.
at all, so
You're a real one.
it's because people have told him that he ups the accent more on stage.
I definitely do it on stage.
I just think you just project your voice more when you're on
Yeah.
stage.
you have
So
to,
it sounds
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I
But that's okay. Like even if you up your accent on stage,
I've
it's a
definitely
fucking
hit like a y'all a lot more
Yeah.
than what I
Oh, yeah.
probably would in normal day-to-day conversation. Like if I know y'all is a word that I've noticed will get people, because they're just like y'all. A lot of people in California, people say you all, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
instead of y'all. So
Y'all.
you will.
Y'all
Y'all.
mean?
so if I can say that, it catches people. Like what the
Y'all.
fuck?
Yeah. No, I can see that. I can definitely see that. But that's crazy. People are saying like, oh, that accent is fake.
I don't know if I'm just heavily influenced by people or if Hunter's like an influential guy. But the more I hang out with Hunter, I will just start sometimes having like a southern accent. That's why if I moved to the South, I think I would have a southern accent.
Bro,
And
people
I'm not
will
gonna
just do
lie,
it.
everybody in your life does the same thing with you, by the way.
Everyone I know at some point will just start saying like doing a little bit of a southern accent.
Like, come
They're
on,
like,
y'all, what we doing? And I'm like, y'all.
They're
not
like,
from
why?
here.
They're like, why is this Indian fucking speaking Southern to us, dude?
Me and Ricky are gonna walk away with the southern accent.
Yeah.
I'm
after
telling
this
you, if you
podcast.
hang out with Hunter for a week straight, you'll just pick up southernisms.
my girlfriend used the word britches the other day.
Britches?
And I'm like,
Britches?
bitch, you're from Northern California. Britches.
Britches? How would you use that in a sentence?
That's
Yeah.
like your underwear.
Oh, your underwear.
britches, you know what I mean?
I grew up calling those chonies.
Chonies, yeah.
Chonies, yeah,
dude.
chonies. That was what
Sonnet.
those.
See, but I was a little bit California. My shoes, you call them, are like your sandals. What are they called?
Chanclas?
Chanclas, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we said in my house too.
You were
know?
not calling them chonklas.
My mom would say that for real. Like she would say, "Get your chanclas, your little shoes."
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
That's
my mom's
interesting.
from here, man. My mom's from SoCal.
Which part? Hunter, surprisingly, what side of your family's Mexican?
So I'm related to a bunch of people with the last name Hernandez. What? It's the truth.
That's his way of I know some Hernandezes.
I'm Mexican.
Because I'm about to break it down. So it'd be my grandmother's sisters are all. That's where the Hernandez comes from. So my grandmother's maiden last name and like that whole side of my family is Mexican and from SoCal.
So your grandpa was just fucking the work staff.
No.
He's fucking
So
the help.
her dad was her dad was from Mexico and then her mama was from Spain. And
Okay,
then they
yeah,
met
yeah.
here. He got his citizenship by joining the war. I want to say he was in either World War II or Vietnam, one of them. World War II, I think.
Wow. I heard something that reminds me. 'Cause you're talking about Mexicans. I was out and about. I was in line and I heard someone talking about like the deportations. It was some old white lady, like
Oh,
probably
you
like
know where they-
60. She goes, "These deportations are terrible. Like, who's gonna work the fields?" It was like
It's
a
true, though.
crazy-
It's true.
It was a
We-
crazy statement. though.
I was on the Mind Buzz this last week when we were talking about like how the alligator Alcatraz and all that shit. And it's
Wild,
like
yeah.
everybody is talking. Well, I don't want to say everybody, but they're saying how bad it is, right? But we're like, dude, Mexicans are just gonna fucking start cooking the crocodile or the alligators, fucking making boots and fucking belts out of them.
Make some money, dude.
Make some fucking money, dude.
Bro, it's so funny. My girlfriend, she's very upset about the ice situation, of course. But
she's like, they're not getting rid of them fast enough.
she's like, why did I vote for Trump? He said he'd get rid of more. It's not enough. My girlfriend's she's very liberal. But it was funny because my girlfriend, she's very liberal, but she also doesn't read the news a lot. So
it's like me. I'm just like, oh, this is true. It's an Instagram post. It's true. You know.
I'm driving them to the airport this morning, and we passed by what we think are like some our army trucks, which she thinks are like ice related. And she and I'm not even lying. This happened today. I used to as a joke, and she did it today. She was like, I just can't stand that ISIS is going around like this.
ISIS
instead of ice. And I was like, ISIS? And she's like, what did I say? I'm like, you mean ice? She's like, what did I say? I was like, I don't think Muslims or not Muslims, whatever they were. I don't know what ISIS was.
Whatever U.S. government built. You know what I mean?
Whatever they built. Rest in peace, Osama. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know exactly what's going on in the world.
We don't know. He's probably still alive, dude. I think he's probably still alive.
I hope so.
Dude, that's something I've really, as I've gotten older, I'm 29 now. I think it's all just
a big fucking
bro. It's all just a big. It's just a big dog and pony show, bro. It's all craziness, man.
I mean, do you think that Hitler, out of everybody in the world, that he just shot himself and that was it?
That's what I'm saying.
The Russian government just
and then
burnt
once
him.
you start there, bro, it's just it all breaks down from there. Because what else is real at that point? You know, it's like it's all just if you were there or not for real. You know, and
the whole NASA program was all Nazi affiliates.
Warner von Braun, Huntsville, Alabama, man. That's where he came. That dude came, and I'm gonna be honest, they started some radical shit in that area.
There was racism in Alabama?
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, that's crazy.
Do y'all know about this? It was called Operation Paperclip. One of the head scientists' name was Warner von Braun. We took him from Nazi Germany. We put him in Huntsville, Alabama, bro. Gave him a facility to manufacture rockets at, and that's what he did. And bro, they would there's like an underworld of that, right, in Huntsville of like gnarly dudes, you know, of like, you know, guys who.
And that's how Roll Tide started, baby. That's how Roll Tide started.
It's just scary stuff out there. You want to be careful.
The first time I met Hunter, I was like, Hunter, you like, you know, KKK, all that stuff. What happened?
Bro, all right. So look, I did up into middle school. I lived in Southern California. I went to Moore Middle School in Redlands.
Okay.
High school transition, 9th grade, I moved to Alabama. My first day, one of my first days, I meet this guy named Biggs. Looks a lot like you, but just a big white dude. Just think of that. Yeah, literally you, but just a white version of you, okay? Brings me over to his house. He lived right across the street from the school. We're hanging out. He takes me to a basement. You know what I'm saying? He brings out a box, wipes the dust off of it, opens it up. It's a infant's KKK uniform. It is what it is, dog. It was his when he was a little baby. You think I'm fucking around?
He's like, think I still fit?
That's real, bro. That really happened, man. That was insane.
Oh, man.
It's a good friend of mine. Well, I mean, I'm just kidding, bro.
We're still friends to this day.
And
No,
shout out, that's my best man, dude. So
That's my best man, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Now, granted, I think that's from a history of his dad, which wasn't in his life no more. So who knows where he's a good guy. I know the guy. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say anymore.
I don't know. None of my
He's
friends
good people. He's good people, man.
He just, you know, it was weird, man. I remember even out there, bro, it's like the cities are separate. When I moved out there was like sides of the tracks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it was like that for a long time. So it was different.
So there was still segregation
in a weird way, yeah. But there wasn't like hard lines, but like definitely where you resided was one side or the other.
There's probably some hard R's in there for sure. You know what I'm saying?
It was it's something that and for me, you got to remember. See, I'm coming from California, where like I had already been influenced by like a lot of, I mean, whatever you'd be influenced by in Southern California, Redlands. You know what I mean? Like I had all kind of different friends, and then when I moved there, it was literally only white and black kids. That was it, and it was very like football was everything. You know, if you didn't do sports, you were a loser, and it was weird, man. It was definitely a big change. My first day, I got asked to go home because I wore a tank top to school. That's crazy.
That's not normal out there. What
I
the
wore
fuck?
like a Volcom tank top, like something you would wear to school here, right? They asked me to go home my first day.
This is not a wife beater. Change it.
And the craziest part, my aunt was the principal of the high school, bro.
Your aunt sent you home?
My aunt was the principal of my high school.
Man, you got to get out.
I didn't do homework, y'all, the entire time I was in high school.
That's
And,
like some white privilege right there, bro.
Yeah, well, it's also like now I'm sort of dumb too. You know what I mean? So I probably should have done some shit, you know.
I remember the first time that I had like an encounter of racism was I was a kid and I was walking with my dad. I think because there was like a local market that was like around the block. We would go walking there, and I remember some white guy on a bike called my dad a wetback.
Oh man.
And I was just like, "Oh, my dad, what did he?" Because my dad just laughed, so I wanted to know why he was laughing. And I was like, "What did he call you?" He's like, "Oh, you're not gonna understand." I'm like, "No, like, what did he call you?" He's like, "He called me a wetback." I was like, "What's a wetback?" You know? And he's like, I'll tell you later. It's like that's kind of like a mean term for Mexican. But it's crazy how like that shit stuck in my head, dude. This guy was like, I guess he was maybe talking Spanish to me, and we're just walking. He's like, wetback, just like passing by on his bike, bro.
Being racist on a 10-speed is hilarious. Dog, come on.
I was like, dude, I want to be a wetback.
You guys like getting out of your car. He's all talking shit.
If ever can get a boner, I'm like wetback. I'm like, all right, we're good now. No, when I was growing up, I grew up in South OC. I grew up in my mom worked in a private school.
Hold on, let me stop. What are you?
So my mom is Mexican.
Okay.
Her grandma. So here's the story of my mom's family. My mom's grandma came from Spain to Mexico. Was the maid of a rich Spanish like millionaire, and then so he had his way with her a couple times. So she had 6 kids with that guy. But he was married though. So she was like, "You gonna raise these kids?" And he was like, "Get out." So he kicked her out. So she moved to L.A. where she met a guy she never had kids with, and so very Spanish blood. But then my mom's mom married a Mexican criminal guy who's like my grandpa. He's cool. And,
He's cool.
And so they had my mom. So my mom is like half Mexican, half Spanish, and my dad is white and Asian. That's how you get a Filipino. That's how that happens. So,
dude, you remind me of a fucking Aladdin so much. That's all I was like.
take
This was
Aladdin,
Indian, dog. This was Indian.
I wish.
I wish
I
I
had that brain.
I wish I was good at math.
No, so I mean my last name is Jones, and I've always growing up I was always the brownest kid, so I always felt Mexican until I started doing stand up. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them what you used to do stand up under when you first started.
Dude, so my mom's maiden name is Luna. So I was going by Jake Luna when I first started doing stand-up.
Okay.
Because I just didn't want. I was in college. So I didn't want like in my head stand-up was like bigger than the open mics were bigger than they were. I was worried like my name was gonna get out and I kicked out of school if I said something messed up. So, but then
could be probably
This is right after COVID
possibly,
too, so you never know.
Yeah.
But then I realized it's never gonna happen. So I was like, I'll go with my real last name, which is Jones.
Yeah.
And so Jake Jones, I just always it's better I think than my mom's maiden name, which she had to change because my grandpa was a criminal. So
you don't want to be tied to that. All right, so you said you grew up in the OC, Southern
So
OC?
South OC, so there was not many black kids. But the ones that I did know all had white parents because they're adopted. So I just assumed all black kids had a white mom. So I was just like...
Dude, this is pretty cool, man. This is fucking blindsided and blindsided on life and shit.
I remember being so disappointed. This is not really racist, but I remember being like...
This is not really racist.
There was one black kid at my school, and he was terrible at football, and all we did was play football. And I remember like picking him on my team, and him being bad and being like, "Bro, what do we even do?" You know what I'm saying? Like
you were like, "We're gonna be fucking Ben Roethlisberger and fucking
I was
Antonio
hoping.
Brown."
I was
dude,
hoping, dude, and he wasn't even good. It was a whole. But so yeah, I mean, I wish I had more. I was always the brownest kid growing up, so
Okay.
I just never felt like I always felt pretty Mexican. Until I started doing stand up, and I realized there's people who actually speak Spanish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Because I remember, I was raised speaking Spanish, but then like I got bullied into not speaking Spanish because I had an accent.
Are you from around here or what?
I'm from Whittier.
Whittier, okay.
My mom
Yeah.
grew up in Whittier.
Your mom grew up in Whittier?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's dope. And then I didn't want to speak Spanish anymore. And then, which fucked me because like the kids that like I hung out with the most because I played soccer, like they just fucking knew Spanish, and then I had to kind of learn again, and that's why my fucking Spanish isn't so good though.
Yeah, I mean, at least you can speak it though. That's cool.
I sometimes sound stupid as fuck when I speak it, but you know, it is what it is.
I used to work with a guy, Cholo kind of guy, and he told me he got shot by one of the guys in Cypress Hill in Whittier.
Maybe.
Like one of the members of Cypress Hill shot him at a house party back in the day.
What's Cypress Hill?
A rap group.
My bad.
You mean like Hits from the Bong?
I ain't an
Hits
old
from the
head, bro.
Bong.
My bad. dude.
I'm an old head. This was not.
Yo, I'm with Unk right now. Dude.
I'm an
Two
Unk,
Unks,
dude.
Yo,
dude.
that's not old, is it? Is Cypress Hill too old? You
I don't
think?
know. When did it come out?
Probably not his like
You know who Burner is? Burner?
I'm 14 years old.
I
bro.
feel like you're
Yeah,
not
he's like
into
14.
weed rap music, bro.
Like,
I'm not into
we
weed
know
rap.
this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He still hasn't grown his fucking pubic hair yet.
Wiz
But
Khalifa?
They're not. It took me 15 years.
You know Wiz.
it took me 15
Wiz
years.
Khalifa?
Yeah.
I don't know Wiz Khalifa. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I know Wiz Khalifa. Come on now.
Okay, guys. We gotta wrap it up. Is there, okay? I know this was very fun. I wish we had more time, but
It was
we
a
gotta
great
wrap it
time,
up.
yeah.
Dude, is there anything you guys want to like send out there to crowd, promote your fucking socials, your podcasts,
We
any
got,
nice messages?
Hit up Crack Timeout. Follow me on Instagram, Hunter Ladner.
Jake Jones comedian, and buy my book. All yellow lights. No, I got no book.
I was like, well, he has a book. He has a
I got a
fucking
book.
book.
Al Pearson, Brosnan, whatever. I don't know, but I think this was a great time, dude.
yeah,
We had-
hell
Thank you,
yeah,
dude.
man.
I hope-
Shouts out.
I hope we
This
can.
is great.
I hope we could do some. I mentioned to Gil. We'll talk about it off air, but I hope we can do some more stuff together. I
Yeah,
like you
for
guys,
sure.
Dude,
and I think
hell
you guys
yeah.
are funny. And I hope we can just all have a fucking orgy together.
Let's
Right
do it.
now, bro.
Right now,
Oh,
dude.
my
That's why. That's
girlfriend,
why.
though, she's hot.
Gil, put his glasses on.
Go put his glasses on. But yeah, guys, this was really fun. And dude, just follow the boys. Follow Mind Buzz Media.
Yeah.
Follow Puro Laughs, Puro Podcast, and fucking don't forget, don't be a fucking pawn, dude. Like and subscribe, share.
Yeah.
Fucking hear my ghost studying again. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Yo, peace.
That was a great time, bro. That was more fun than our podcast. We gotta bring you on as a permit.